Riff rundown with my friends at Fishman. Today's episode is pre-recorded, but don't worry, we're gonna have a lot of fun with this one. We're gonna be learning the tune Walk Hard by Dewey Cox, okay? The fictional character in the movie Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, based off of it. So it's a satire of Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash story. This movie is so funny. If you guys haven't seen it, go and watch it after this lesson. The music is great. The songwriting on these songs in this film are really good, and they're really funny songs, and there's so many great cameos. Just an A-list of Hollywood actors. It is so funny. So if you haven't seen this film yet, go and watch it after this lesson. It's really funny. Starring John C. Reilly and a bunch of other folks. It's a good one. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our acoustic guitar, we're going to keep it in standard tuning for today. If you have an electric, totally fine. But we're going to kind of keep true to the original tune and keep it on an acoustic guitar today. Okay, so definitely geared towards my intermediates, beginners, but my advanced folks who are watching, there's going to be some stuff here for you as well. Again, a really fun song to play. So before we get started, you know I like to ask a question, so let me know where you are tuning in from, and how about your dream acoustic guitar? Tell me what your dream acoustic guitar is. Put it in the comments, and let's have some fun today. So here we go. Walk Hard by Dewey Cox. Can't wait to teach this to you guys. Let's go ahead and jump in. So with the intro, we've got, again, that Johnny Cash style type song with the riffs and stuff, because he is a satire of Johnny Cash in this film. So I'm going to play the intro a little bit slower than I did at the top. There's some really cool things happening here. And again, totally my intermediates, beginners who are watching, you can absolutely play this. Okay, so here we go from the top. So let's go ahead and break this down. So we're going to break it down into 4 different parts. The intro, the first part of the intro, okay, is going to be this. Okay, what we're doing there, we're going to get our first finger here, placing that on the second fret of the A string. It's our B note, because we're starting with that B minor chord at the top. Okay, so we're hitting that root. So there's the B. With your third finger, reach over to the C sharp, 4th fret of that A string. Now, keeping that thumb in the back of the neck, okay? It's going to be an important part here when we do this next bit of this bend. We're slurring, okay, the C sharp here with a downward bend and then bringing it back to true. So we need that thumb to help us really grasp that note and then bring it back. So when we're bending that C sharp to D, okay, so that's a half step bend, sometimes I use the help of my second finger on that 3rd fret there. Okay, if you feel like you need a little help, use that finger behind it. So let's go ahead and do those 3 parts. And bring it back to true to C sharp. Let's do that again. Now from there, to end the phrase, get that second finger, placing it on G, 3rd fret of the E string. Just like that. Let's go ahead and play this a couple times here. And last time. That's great. Part 1, done. Let's go ahead and go to part 2. Part 2 is going to sound like this. Okay? And all we're doing there, getting your third finger at the C sharp, we're going to slide it to D. Instead of bending it, we're sliding it to D. So that D note, 5th fret of the A string, back to C sharp, 4th fret, to B, 2nd fret. Just like that, not so bad, okay? So let's go ahead and do that again. And last time. Okay, so far so good. Let's combine parts 1 and part 2. Part 2. Let's do that again. Part 1, part 2. Now, let's do it a little faster. One more time. Fun little riff. So, part 3, pretty simple. Okay? And all that is there. We're going to get that third finger on that C sharp, again, 4th fret of the A string, sliding up to the 5th fret D, and then playing an F sharp with our middle finger, 4th fret of the D string. That's part 3. So, there it is slowly. I'll do it again. Let's go ahead and bring all 3 parts together. Here we go. Part 1. Part 2. And part 3. Let's do it again without the commentary. Here we go. Okay. Pretty great, right? Let's go to the final part here. That's going to sound like this. So we're going to really get that cool, like kind of Johnny Cash type riff. Okay? Right there at the end. So we're doing that bend, that downward bend again from the C sharp, 4th fret of the A string. We're going to do that twice. And on that second time, bending it back up to true, that C sharp note. Okay? So just like that. And again. Ending the phrase, 1st finger, 2nd fret of the A string, B. Okay? So if I do that slowly, here's the whole thing. And again. Just like that. So let's go ahead and do the whole thing, all 4 parts. Here we go. I'm going to put it a little faster because I think we're getting this. So here we go. Let me know how everybody's doing in the comments. So let's do it again a little faster. Here we go. There it is. Okay, so that's what's happening there. So that's the intro. Now, when we are looking at the verse is going to sound like this. Okay, again, very dark, mysterious chords. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and start with the B minor. So those of you who don't know how to play one, I'll show you how to play it quickly here. So we're going to get our 1st finger across the 2nd fret of the A string to the high E, just like that. We don't want our finger crooked, all right? We want it nice, okay, perpendicular with that fret, okay, 2nd fret. So the tip of your 1st finger should be on the 2nd fret of the A string, okay? That's where our root is, where our B note is. So then from there, we're going to get our 2nd finger, placing that on the 3rd fret of the B string, so that's a D note. You're going to get your 3rd finger here, 4th fret of the D string, that's an F sharp, and then your pinky finger placing that on the 4th fret of the G string, which is a B note. So if you're keeping track, what are the 3 notes that build a B minor chord? B, D, and F sharp. Okay, so we're going to strum from the A string downward here. Now notice, you can't see my thumb, and that's because it's pressing through the back of the neck, okay? And when you're playing these bar chords, okay, and this works for all of them, really gauge as you're squeezing, okay, when you get a nice clear sound. And once you know where that is, go ahead and stop. I don't want you hurting your hands, okay? We don't want any carpal tunnel. It's not fun. Okay, so find where that sweet spot is, and that's how you know how much to press, okay? And how we're going to strum it is like this. So we're going to strike only the A string, which is our B note, and we're going to go down, up, down, up. So I'll play that for you. Root, down, up, root, down, up, up. Just like that, okay? And for this B minor, we're going to do that twice. So here it goes, walk hard. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to go to a D chord here. So first three fingers, first finger, second fret of the G string, which is our A note, second finger, second fret of the E string, which is an F sharp, and then your third finger, third fret of the B string, which is D. So what you're going to do here is you're going to play the open D string, and guess what? Same strumming pattern. Root, down, up, root, down, up, up. We're going to do that twice too. So it'll sound like this. So walk hard, hard. I'm laughing because this song is absolutely hilarious. I can just hear his voice in my head. John C. Reilly does such a great job in this movie. So it's those first two chords. So we got the B minor, we do that twice, okay, and then the D, and we do that twice. And then we go to G, and guess what? Same strumming pattern here. So G chord, I like to use all four fingers for this. First finger, second fret of the A string. Second finger, third fret of the low E string. Third finger, third fret of the B string. Fourth finger, third fret of the high E string. Strum everything. Okay, G chord, G, B, D. Those are the tonal centers, the 1, 3, 5. And guess what we do here? We're going to get our root of G, the low E string, and guess what? Same strumming pattern. Root, down, up, root, down, up. That's what's happening there. Keeping it pretty good so far, all right? So let's go ahead and play those first three chords here, because after this, things are going to change up ever so slightly, but don't worry, I'll talk you through it. So again, if you guys are enjoying these lessons, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. There's a button around here somewhere. And if you want to check out all the cool Fishman gear, link is in the video description below. All right, let's go ahead and play this. So first three chords, B minor, D, G. Let's do this. So that one more time, here we go. B minor. Okay, and what we're going to do here is we're going to split this measure. We're going to play an A to an F sharp. That's going to be the end of at least that first part of the verse. So we've got our A chord here, how I like to play it. There are many different ways, but this is how I like to play it most times. Second finger, second fret of the D string, that's our E note, okay? Third finger, second fret of the G string, that's A. Fourth finger, second fret of the B string, which is our C sharp. Again, A, C sharp, and E make an A major chord. So open A string, and all we're going to do here, root, down, up. So it'll sound like this. And then we go to the F sharp major. Okay, so this is a bar chord, okay, nearby. So same idea here, first finger across all 6 strings. Okay, it's similar idea to what we did with the B minor a few moments ago. So that first finger should be across all 6 strings. Again, I don't want your finger crooked or anything. Keep it nice, okay? Right in line with that second fret. All right, the tip of your first finger should be on that F sharp, second fret of the E string. And it should sound like that. Okay. What we're going to do here, second finger, go ahead and place that on the third fret of the G string. So right there, that's an A sharp. Okay. Third finger reaching up to the C sharp, fourth fret of the A string, pinky finger, fourth fret of the D string, which is another F sharp. So F sharp, A sharp, C sharp builds an F sharp major chord. And guess what? Same strumming pattern. Root, down, up, just like that. So again, the order of the chords, B minor, D, G, A, F sharp. Okay, put that in your notes. Let's go ahead and play that verse, okay? And this verse repeats twice, so I'll go ahead and do it a few times. All right, so here we go. Starting with our B minor. Let's do this. I'll play it a little slower. Repeat that. So that's our verse, and that was the exact order, okay? We repeat that twice. From there, we go to the chorus. The chorus sounds like this. Great chords. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go to an E major. So first three fingers, okay? First finger, place that on the first fret of the G string. That's a G sharp. Second finger, second fret of the A string. That's B. Third finger, second fret of the D string. That's E. Strum all the strings just like that. And guess what? Strumming pattern, root, down, up, down, up. We're only going to do that once. The next chord is A. All I want you to do here, 2 downward strokes. Okay? And then we go back to E. And again, that root, down, up, root, down, up. Okay? So just like that. Let's go ahead and go through that first part. Here we go. I'll do it a little slower. Do that again. The next series of chords here, it's going to be D to G and then back to D. So D major, root, down, up, and then we go to that G chord, 2 downward strokes only, and then back to D, root, down, up, root, down, up. Without the commentary, it sounds like this. For my beginners who are watching going, gosh, that's a really fast switch, I agree. Something that will make it a little bit easier is this pivot point. Notice how this G and D chord both share that third finger in the same spot where that D note is. So as you're switching between those chords, do your very best to keep that finger there and pivoting between the two. Because why lift it up if you're going to put it right back where it is in the other chord, right? So I want to save you a little bit of a headache, so that's a good little trick, all right? So what we're going to do here, I'm going to go through that part of the chorus again, starting at the E chord, okay? And again, I'll play it just a little bit slower. And also, don't forget, if you're enjoying these lessons, subscribe to the channel, folks. Helps the cause. So let's go ahead and play from the top of the chorus. Let's do that again. E. first part of the chorus. The next part, we do that E to A figure again. To round out the chorus, what we're going to do here is we're going to play an F sharp major bar chord for 4 bars. 2, 3, 4. I'll go ahead and play the whole chorus. Follow along, okay? So here we go. I'll play it a little bit slower. Top of the chorus, E major. What's happening there? After that, we go to a verse 2 into another chorus, okay? And then we go into the guitar solo. So the chords that are happening underneath this guitar solo is going to be E, G to A. So that's it. So those are the 3 chords in the guitar solo. So I'm going to go ahead and play the guitar solo here. If we're listening to the original track, it's going to be at the 1 minute 27 second mark. Okay, so here's the solo. Cool, nice, simple line. So what we're going to do here, we're going to get that first finger, placing it on the 2nd fret of that E string. And we're going to play that F sharp 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do that nice little country bend, right? So nice and easy here. Bending it a half step, bringing it back to true, that F sharp. Playing the E note there. So that's the first part. Let's go ahead and do that again. Here's part 2. So here's how we break that down. Open E string, F sharp, 2nd fret. Okay, now we play G, 3rd fret of the E string. And we're gonna slide all the way up to B. When I was listening to the track, instead of doing this, it sounded like he slid. So that's what we'll do too. Slide that 2nd finger all the way to the 7th fret of the E string. And then from there, play that C sharp, 4th fret of the A string. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that in context. That's part 2. Okay, let's go ahead and combine it with part 1. Part 2. And now let's look at part 4. Bends come back, okay? So what we're going to do here, you could, if you're already using your 2nd finger, could you do those bends with that 2nd finger and 1st finger? You totally can. If you'd rather do it with your 3rd finger, having the help of your 2nd, you can do that too. Okay? Again, those bends that we see at the very top of the tune in the intro. Okay? So again, C sharp, bending down to D, doing that twice and then bringing the 2nd time back to true. Okay, just like that. 1st finger goes back to play B and then open E string. Okay, so let's do that again. That's part 3. Let's combine parts 1, 2, and 3. I'll play it a little bit slower. Here we go. Follow along. Part 2. double bend, sorry. Let's do that again. And one more time. Parts 1 through 3. Part 2. Okay. So now part 4, nice little walk up here. We're going to do this. Okay. So that same line there of the E to F sharp to G, sliding up to B, we're going to do that again. And now we're going to do this cool walk up here. First finger on the C sharp, 4th fret of the A string, to D, 5th fret, to D sharp, 6th fret, to E. Now notice how I'm using all 4 of my fingers. See, my thumb in the back. Why? Helps those fingers stretch. Okay, we're walking up to E, which is pretty great. Walking up to E from C sharp. So let's go ahead and do that again. One more time. So let's go ahead and play the whole thing, okay? Top of the solo, here we go. Part 2. Part 3. Part 4. So do a little bit faster without the commentary, here we go. The solo. Really, really fun. So let's go ahead and look at the outro. So after the outro, or we have the bridge part, which are the same chords, right? E to G to A. And then the final part is going to go from G to A to B major. So first finger, 1st fret, 1st finger, 2nd fret of the A through the high E, and then your 3rd finger, this is how I like to play this chord, okay? 3rd finger, 4th fret rather, of the D string, G string, and B string. Just like that. B, D sharp, F sharp. Gotta love it. Okay? So just like that. So that's what's happening in the bridge. So the bridge sounds like this. And then to G, to A, to B. Go into a chorus. Okay, so after that chorus, we have the outro. So the outro here, it's going to be a B minor to D. Okay, back to B minor. We're only going to do that once, and then we're going to get our F sharp. Whole note, or just let that ring. And then we finish our song with a B major. Very clever, okay? So the outro sounds like this. Very clever song, very funny song, very funny movie. So again, if you guys haven't seen Walk Hard, go and watch it after this lesson. Some great music, a lot of funny scenes, and it's just a fun one to watch. So again, as always, wishing you all so much success in your musical journey. If you're enjoying these lessons, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out all the cool Fishman gear. Go in the link in my video description. All right, everybody have a fantastic weekend. Take care, have fun learning this one, and I'll see you guys next time.